Hey everybody, I'm Carol Chang, owner of Evolving Homes. I'm an occupational therapist and I'm hanging out here with my friend Dawn, who has a bath lift. And you know what's really fascinating about this is that I have never used one or ordered one or seen one. So what's been really fun is that Dawn has all this experience in it. And I got to be like, pretend to be the patient's family and say, geez, like, I got to solve this problem for mom. I'm going to go on Google. So I Googled earlier today, I went on Google and I put in, like I'm trying to solve this problem. And you would be amazed at the kind of stuff that came up. I mean, really, it was very funny. I would say the very first thing that happened, just straight up putting it in Google, you get a whole bunch of different ideas and they're all in the $500 price range, right? And in my mind, anyway, I'm thinking, yeesh, like bath equipment's not the kind of thing that you just take back. I mean, bare bottoms have been on that and, and I know, I don't know what Amazon's return rate is on that, but I know from being a clinician in home health for, more than a decade, generally, it's once it leaves the store, it's yours. So it's kind of a commitment, and $500, I don't know. So, and that could be, maybe that's the reason I don't have any experience with that. So I am super excited. I'm super excited to hear more about it. So is this tell me a little bit how you got into doing bath lifts.
Yeah, so this is actually for my Capable clients. So if you guys are not familiar with the Capable program, what that does is it actually is a Johns Hopkins evidence-based program where an OT, a nurse, and a handy person can go out to a house. So we're doing home modifications, but they're very low budget. And so these bath lifts actually fit into that budget really well because we're not going to be redoing a whole bathroom. Sure, curbless walk-ins and all that would be fantastic, but for the most part, our budget's $700-800. So you really have to be very mindful about where you spend the money and how you spend it. So these bath lifts have been really awesome for that. They fit in our budget. They relatively solve a lot of the problems of getting in and out of tubs for caregivers or the actual client. And in Philadelphia, especially, there's a lot of clawfoot tubs, and these actually have worked like relatively okay. So it's been surprising. And maybe at the end, we can talk about some unexpected uses of the bath lift that you can outside of the shower.
I know, I've been thinking about it since Dawn mentioned this. I'm like, ooh, that is a really cool idea.
Yeah, stay with us because
totally. So is that the only kind that you've tried? Have you tried other kinds?
So right now, this has been kind of my go-to one. I feel like it's the more affordable. It's actually Drive Medical, which I do feel like we're all kind of familiar with. They make pretty solid products.
Huge company.
They are. So I personally have stuck with these. It's called the Bella Vita.
Yeah.
So you can see that there. And it's been pretty reliable so far. I'm not going to lie. I've only handed out a few, but so far working out. So it's been my go-to now.
And where are you ordering them? Do you have a special place for them?
Amazon.
Okay, good. So when I Googled actually, and I looked at that particular one, the Bella Vita, I think it had 1,000 reviews. And I thought that that's good and bad, I think, because I'm a clinician and I'm reading through reviews going, I don't know if how much stock do you want to take into this particular review? I bet you there's something, there might be a little user error contributing to, the negative experience, and somebody else that doesn't have that background, they may not realize that really that's not a big deal. Some things are kind of a big deal, and then something's really,
and I will it is not for everybody. It really isn't. It depends on your bathroom. I mean, you can see I have a pretty decent tub, but even with the lift in there, half the tub is now gone. So I'm trying to get out of the way so you can see it. Yeah. You can't put it too far back because it does depend on what the angle of your actual tub is in the back. Because you know how some tubs look really long, but then the floor of the tub is actually
a recline section.
Correct. So it does end up taking a lot of space. The people that I have personally used it for, they are seniors who live alone in their home. There is actually no one else there. So the bath lift is great because they can keep it in the bath. No one has to take it in and out. In my household, it wouldn't work if I had disability and my husband doesn't, because he wouldn't be able to get in and out of the tub
Yeah.
very easy. So it really depends on the living situation. This is where, yes, we're looking at our client, but we do have to look at the environment and the space and the other people who are using it. And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people, because you can get this on Amazon, a lot of people without training might be ordering it.
Yeah.
And as I'm giving this out to more people, I might be giving the same equipment out, but I'm not necessarily giving it for the same reasons. And there are definitely clients who have come to me that say, I want to bathe in the shower and I want to soak. And a bath lift could be a solution, but just because of my clinical reasoning, I realize it's not for you. And we're actually
Yeah.
not going to recommend that. And your safest bet is to continue sponge bathing or using
Right.
your transfer bench.
Right.
And it all depends on what the person's setup is, what their caregivers are like, how cognitively aware of it are they. So
There's
it's very
so many
interesting. So
factors that you have to consider in there. And it's
there
not
are.
just, okay, this is going to fix the problem. It's really give me all the facts, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50, and let's figure out what the best thing is inside of that.
There's a lot to consider with it.
Yeah.
That I agree. When you're looking at those reviews, you don't know that person's situation, and having a clinician who can look at all of those pieces, who has a little bit more experience, can help you figure out and problem solve. What I have here, this is actually this is where all the mechanicals are. So this
Okay.
is the battery. This is the thing that makes the dry go. What's really great about this is it's a super easy connection. I mean, it looks kind of like a headphone jack.
Mhm.
And the charger right
Okay.
here, super easy to see. You can just kind of plug it right in, charge it. Right. So in the back of the chair, there is something similar to this connection that this goes into.
Oh, got
Right.
it. Got it.
So you just kind of remove this part from the chair and
Yeah.
you have your charger ready to go, and you just kind of plug it in, and then there
Yeah.
you go. There is unfortunately no indicator of when the battery is low. So that is
Yeah.
unfortunate. The only thing I do tell people is that it's usually good for about 10 to 12 full lifts, like up
Okay.
and down. So I tend to tell people just charge it once a week,
Okay. Yeah.
right? You shower every day, that's 7, that's close to 10. Charge it on Fridays.